I'm the only person in the whole world, after being married for 30 years, forgot I had a wife when I gave my daughter away today. And I have 130 witnesses. Stuart, thank you for reminding me. What about your wife? Thank you. You saved me 10 more years of marriage. I tried to do this on my readers on too. All right, well, first off, I just want to thank everybody for being here. Guys, this is a very special moment for us. There's very special people in our lives, and we've always wanted you to be here and share this with us. This has been going on for we always knew this would happen one day, but they had to get to that point themselves. But we're just so happy you're here to share this with us, and you just made our day special for being here. We thank you for that. I also want to thank Pastor Mike, who had to go home. His wife is not feeling well, but he's been a part of our lives for 20 plus years. In fact, he baptized Sydney and I together about 20 years ago. And so it was very special that he could be here and be a part of our ceremony. And little do we know, with the Decker family, he's deep involved with them too. It was just a wonderful thing that we are very thankful that could happen. So I've got several people I want to thank. Nothing's ever done alone. We've had people in our lives that have helped us out. Nana, you've been there. God, I can't do readers and no readers at the same time. But oh yeah, on the bottom. That's a good way. But I look old doing that. It's terrible. But Nana, thank you. There was a day when I first met my wife. And one of the first Thanksgiving, I went over to her house. Now, back then, I worked thousands and thousands of hours a week. And I got over there in the morning, and I was so tired that she let me just fall asleep on her floor, which was great. It was about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. And I was on Kayla's mat. She's grown up over there with a baby and married. Or not a baby yet, about to have one in April, May. Something like that. Anyway, so I was tired, and I'm just sitting there sleeping. The next thing I know, I wake up 4 hours later with people stepping over me because it was Thanksgiving. I've never met anybody in their family. They never woke me up. And I woke up to people literally stepping over me just because you wanted me to rest. I was a little bit upset, but it was the most polite family in the world. They were really quiet, shushy, and would not slam anything, wouldn't do anything whatsoever. And I just woke up, and I woke up with a pile of drool in my mouth on the thing. But Nana, I really appreciate that. You've been a huge part of our family, and we love you.
We love you.
So that's my wife's home. So we keep going down to Mom and Marion. There's Mom and Marion. They've been a huge part of my life. Obviously, it's my mom. And so I mean, they've just been such a huge influence in everything we've done. They've loved my wife just like a sister, right?
Daughter.
A daughter. But I would say almost like a sister-like relationship too. It's really important. Just give me a break. I forgot I got married earlier tonight. But it's very important, and it's something that you guys have always given us. You love my wife. You've been just supportive for the whole time. Back when we first met, and before my wife, I did date a couple other people. Just quickly. But my mom's met most of them. And sometimes, I wouldn't say that, but there's been times when we dated a little while, and they met each other more than once or twice or whatever. So she knew everybody I ever dated. I invited, as actually, I guess, my birthday, we went to your restaurant that we used to bartend at or whatever. So Don Pablo's back in the day. So we sit there, and so I brought Christy over to the whole family. And she just came in, and we ate, and I thought it was just normal and all this kind of stuff like this. And then as we were leaving that night, I guess somehow somebody grabbed Christy by design, by the way, and ran her way up front. And my mom, Mary, kept grabbing behind me and go, "We love her. You got to stay with her. She's fantastic." So,
yes.
And she is. That's right. And so 30 years later, we're still married. So thank you so much for that.
Mama knows
we're going
best.
somewhere with this because we end up having great people because of great people. then, obviously, readers again, sorry. You got Dad and Phyllis. My dad and his wife Phyllis right there. Dad's taught me a many thing. You know, he taught me that, well, let me just go back a little bit. But, you know, Dad used to race motorcycles and do all kinds of things like this. And he's always loved us. He taught me to play golf. He's, whenever you think you're tired and you can't do anything, then Dad comes flying around at 80 years old. And once we tried to throw him a birthday party in May, he'll be 80 years old, and he changed the birthday party to an 80-mile-an-hour go-kart party. Which is going to be, and he swears it's going to beat all of us, and he probably will. So,
He will not.
but no, he won't. He won't.
You're not.
But we'll let him. We'll just tell him the scoreline. But no, it's amazing what everything you've done for me, Dad. And you taught me, like I said, taught me how to play golf, taught me how to be tough, taught me how to be a man. You taught me how to work. And Mom did too. But it's those things like this that just really help us develop where we go. And I just want to thank all you guys that everything you've done, and that includes everybody else. I got my brothers, I got my best friends in the world right over here. All you guys have influenced with us in how we live our lives and how we raise our children. And it's important. And then finally, I want to thank a special thanks to Eric and Diane. Where are they? Right there. Guys, we had a wonderful time last night. We got together at Josie Garcia's. It was small, it was quaint. I got to meet everybody, and I got to see the people you are who raised an unbelievable son. Woo! I'm telling you, this dude is freaking fantastic. And I'll tell you a little story about that in a minute. But, no, he's special. And I can tell you, have the family and the backing and the support and the love for each other that enables this. This absolutely does not happen by accident. You don't grow people like this. Because everybody would, right? This is a special person. And I'm very excited that my daughter met him. A special thanks to my wife. Where are you? You're right there. I forgot about that. But we did it, honey. We did it!
Yeah!
She's married. She's going away. But that's a special thing. That's not a bad thing because she's freaking awesome. You're giving something awesome, and you are too. And it's great. But we did it, honey. We did it with God's blessings and everything that we've had. You dealt with cancer, you dealt with life, and you dealt with me. I could never have done that. Deal with me. You freaking crazy. Nobody couldn't do it.
Nobody else.
That's what you get when you think you know everything, and you kind of believe it. She reminds me that I don't. And she's got to put up with it. I love you so much, honey. You're the heartbeat of the family. Your love and nurture of our kids brought them such a long way that only you could have given. You not only made us a family, you made us a home. And that's special, right?
Yes.
And I think everybody here has made their homes. Because you can't do what we've done to these children without having a home. Special. Jason. Okay. Oh, no, I'm not crying yet. Let's go ahead. I'm actually pretty impressed. I've never thought I'd make it this far. I'm wearing a diaper, by the way. A thin one. I borrowed Dad's.
Yeah. He only had one extra.
I'll send all you guys the QR code later. But, well, we're talking about Jason, right? You may not know this, Jason, but I don't know. We may have talked about it from time to time, but Chris and I have been praying for you before we even knew you. We have always thought that prayer was very important. Mike Ramsdale helped us learn that. And we've been praying for the right person for Sydney to meet. Whoever that was, someone godly, someone caring, someone strong, someone that would love her, and someone that would be loved back. That prayer has absolutely been answered.
Yes.
And I know you guys do the same. But The first time I met Jason, this is just a quick little story. We had a Friendsgiving at our house. I mean, you guys have been dating so long, I don't know, was it like 1998 or something like that? I can't remember. But anyway, they were dating different people back at the time, and it's the silly years of dating. You know, Cindy was dating some dude that was this tall. He swore he looked like Patrick Mahomes. Remember that? He swore he looked like Patrick Mahomes. And I caught him out back, trying to do the Patrick Mahomes thing or whatever.
Oh my God.
And me and my wife look at him and go, dude, I ain't letting that dude touch Cindy at all, anywhere. But, and Jason was dating somebody else, didn't matter, whatever. But the whole point of the thing is, it was a wonderful gathering of Friendsgiving. So she had everybody coming over, and they were coming in, and you know, Christy and I were just in the kitchen, and they were coming and letting them do their own thing. They were bringing their food, playing music or whatever, and everybody came in. It was nice. Everybody was wonderful. It was called, you underplay it. It was the greatest thing in the world. And Jason was just flying in, and I thought he gave it to me. Right? I assumed that. But the whole point of the whole thing is he was the only guy that came in and walked up straight to Christy and I and shook my hand and thanked me and her for having us over. I was like amazed. Right? And of course, little short dude was running around doing whatever on the back. But I'm not going to say his name. I don't even remember his name. But this is my memories, and I get to say it. So anyway, they had a great night, and everything goes great, and they leave. And the same thing. Jason came up to Christy and I and thanked us for sharing our place for us. And I thought that was so sweet and so soft, so thoughtful. That kids like that don't do that. I mean, they go, hey, thanks, and they run out. We're talking, shake my hand to my face and thank me. That day, what did I tell you? I'll say it for her. I want Cindy to go out with Jason. Christy looks at me and goes, they're not together. I said, I don't care. I choose him. So Jason, I'm sorry. Whatever voodoo I had, prayers or whatever, I influenced you. I'm sorry. It worked out fine. But that is a true story. So, so that's a great thing. And there was a little bit of thing real quick, and I'll make this real quick. I decided to buy Sydney a car, obviously, when she turned 16, but I don't think that you should just buy brand new cars and give them Rolls Royces and just let them just have the nicest stuff in the world. They need to have a little bit of a struggle, and I gotta change the oil or the car's gonna blow up, and things like that are good things. But this car was freaking ridiculous. It was beyond dangerous, right? She would call me up one time, we were driving up, and I'm at work. I work a lot sometimes on the weekends and things like this, and she called me crying from Chick-fil-A. The Chick-fil-A drive-thru, which means there's 5,000 cars in the drive-thru, and the car's not working. It totally died. So we talked her way through it. She was trying to start it, and I told her just turn it off, turn the key back in, and she was, oh, thank God it started. And I said, well, just drive through that thing and run through everything and go home and get home. A couple weeks later, of course, I get in the car, start working on it, trying to do the problem, never does anything, and I'm a stupid guy that says, raised by my dad, that says, oh, car's fine, you're good. I put new gas in there and whatever, and then she's driving down the road, same thing, it dies or whatever, and calls me up, and the last straw, it was when she went to school. And she calls me up to school, she's had it, she just cried, it's like, oh my God, the whole hatchback just exploded into million pieces and fell on the ground. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I'm at work, and I go, what do you want me to do? And I said, put the hatchback in the car, just throw it back in there, go into school, get Jason, and tell him to take you home. And guess what he did? He did. And then I said, go back to school. Right, so I'm sorry if you got a attendance day for skipping school today. It was my fault. But it told me something that day, but he did that. And it told me something back then, that you are willing to take care of my daughter and love my daughter and always be there with my daughter. You didn't know that, right? I already kind of knew that, but that really specifically told me that. And it means a lot to me, right? Because I would do anything for her, and we would all do for anything for our spouses, and I know you will do that. Sydney. I know, I'm just trying to get through this. You're so grown up, you're unbelievably special. I'm tired of this. you're my little girl, right? Another quick little story. I'm sorry I want to dance, but I get to talk because I paid for everything in here. Yes. And I don't have the bill yet, so I told Chrissy, don't even tell me what happened until after my birthday, March 8th, that I will take gifts. I have the QR code over there, or cash, or returns. Okay? So, where was I? Yes. What did I say? Okay, good. Yes. I actually did have a point, but I went off on it. Yeah, I'll be alright. I'll be alright. She was awesome.
You need your notes?
No. No, it's okay. It's okay. I'll think about it. This is what happens when you get a little.
It does.
And 3 whiskeys. Well, I'll get to that point, right? But I remember some of my favorite moments. You're just little, right? And I'm thinking maybe, I don't have any idea what ages are. It's all about school. So I'm thinking like 4th grade. Were you 15 in 4th grade? No? I don't know. But anyway, the point is, we used to go out and wash my truck all the time. It was my favorite thing in the whole world. My truck, I valued it more than anything in the whole world. But my kids. I don't know if you remember that. We'd wash it, and then she'd be out there, and I got pictures of it. I went rifling through all my pictures, especially I'd go way back there, and it just brought so many tears to my eyes to see you. And, you know, I saw Josh and everything like that too. But, you know, it was one of these things that brought back so many memories of how fun and cute and little you were, and how time flies so fast. We'd wash the truck, she'd sit in my lap, and we'd drive around the block a couple times to drive it off. And she'd actually steer it, and sometimes I'd keep her from running over a mailbox or something like that. But it was all great. It was wonderful. And I would cherish those times forever. But the problem is you grow up so quick. You just keep growing up. And here you are as an adult, and we've gone this whole year with this wedding, you know. And it's going too quick. I was terrified. I thought I wouldn't even be able to, okay, I obviously couldn't say the one word I needed to say today, but I thought that this would be something much tougher and something that would be just an ordeal. And I just wished it would keep lasting longer and longer. And, I mean, it's a special thing. You're a special lady. And I love you so much, City. And I can go on forever, but that's not the point, right? So we need to move on and do things. But I do want to say one thing, because I threw my nose down too much. I want to say that my son Joshua, who's now Flat Josh, is aboard the USS Pickney in the Iranian area. He repairs helicopters on a destroyer. He's here with us. I just want to know that Josh is here too, Sid. And he's with us. He's doing well. Any prayers you can say for him and everybody that's serving right now, we'd obviously love that. But now I would like to just move this party on, and I would like to everybody stand up, raise your glasses,